Hey, it's Maeve here. Goth, movie geek, the odd one out in school. Please smash that subscribe button before I continue. I just grew up different. Other kids had playdates, while I had horror marathons. Horror movies, horror books, horror cosplay, you name it, I loved it. But it usually wasn't anyone else's cup of tea. Like once when I was 15, I met this cute guy at a book club who asked me out and suggested watching the latest horror flick in the cinema. Big mistake. He spent the whole movie clinging to my sleeve and crying on my shoulder. Worst date ever. As I was heading to the bathroom to wash his tears off my shirt, I bumped into a guy and soda went flying everywhere. Watch where you're going, you blind— Oh, I realized just then that I was staring up into the dreamy eyes of the coolest guy in school, Tao. He was a football star, a genius, and every girl's crush.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking about the big plot twist in the horror movie I watched.
You watched a horror movie? Alone?
Yeah, I love horror. Horror's my middle name. Actually, my middle name is Jung, but you know what I mean.
Okay, he was weird, but exactly my brand of weird. He loved horror everything. We both liked hard metal music and had the same favorite books. The more we hung out, it felt like he was the yin to my yang. As a friend, of course. I mean, a guy like him and a girl like me? Please. One night, we were lying on the grass stargazing when suddenly Tao put his hand on mine and my heart skipped a few beats.
Maeve, you're really different from other girls. In a good way, you're amazing.
And then he kissed me. I had fireworks in my head, the whole shebang.
Be my girlfriend?
Yes. I felt like I'd won the lottery. We were the it couple for months, and I was falling head over heels for him. I was ready to say I love you, and decided to do it at a haunted house we were visiting later that week. It was gonna be perfect. And that night, when I finally said, I love you, Tao, he turned to me looking stressed out and said,
I can't do this anymore. I have to break up with you.
Haha, very funny.
I'm serious, Maeve. My parents are very strict and crazy. They care about traditions and don't allow me to date anyone, especially if it's a girl out of my culture. I think my sister Jaya already suspects something. I can't have her catching us together.
Huh? What exactly are you saying?
It's over, Maeve. I'm sorry.
And then he just turned around and left. I tried calling and texting him, but he wouldn't reply. I just couldn't let things end like this. So, I found out that Jaya worked at their parents' restaurant and went there the next day feeling crazy inside. Jaya? Why are you such a witch? What kind of sister won't help her brother date the girl he likes? The whole place went quiet. Everyone turned to look as Jaya walked up to me, wide-eyed.
I'm guessing you're Maeve? Look, please don't create a scene. He's not your boyfriend anymore, and that's that.
It's because he's scared of being caught by you.
You don't get it. Our family traditions keep us strong.
He should have thought of that before. With that, I pushed her away angrily.
Watch it, you stupid girl.
She came at me and we started fighting. But as we pulled each other's hair, she whispered,
I'm on your side, idiot. My parents just got here and they're watching us. We can't talk about this here, so leave, you moron.
I let go of her and rushed home, still shaken from the fight. And later that evening, Jaya called me.
I can't tell you everything, but you have to know that my parents are really awful. And Tao has pushed you away because he doesn't want to involve you in our mess. He still cares for you. You just have to give him a few weeks to figure things out. Please stay away from him till then. He can't be seen with you.
Reluctantly, I agreed to keep my distance from Tao, feeling worried but hopeful that he'd come back to me soon and explain everything. Over the next couple of weeks, Jaya and I started talking more, and we got along really well. On a bad day, I was sitting alone on a park bench, missing Tao badly and trying not to cry. Jaya came up to me with a little gift box, and inside was a horror-themed bracelet that was just my style.
For the tough days, to remember you're not alone.
I smiled for the first time in weeks and hugged her. But even though I loved being Jaya's friend, I couldn't shake off the feeling that something really weird was up. She just wouldn't say more about Tao's breakup with me and was super secretive about her parents. She only said they were awful and she hated them. I tried to not think about it too much, but one evening I was feeling restless and just wanted to see Tao. I went to his parents' restaurant where I knew he'd be working a shift, but instead I saw him sitting at a long table with a bunch of people, including Jaya, and next to him was a beautiful girl, and he was putting a ring on her hand. My heart was about to burst, and I just couldn't stop myself from storming in. Tao and Jaya jumped up from their seats as soon as they saw me. You want to tell me what's going on here?
Who is this girl? Wait, wasn't she here one day fighting with you, Jaya? She's just my project partner, Dad, and she gets weird when she hasn't taken her anxiety meds. I'll handle this.
And with that, Tao took my wrist and quickly led me out.
What do you think you're doing? We broke up.
No, you broke up out of the blue, and I want to know what suddenly happened to us. You go from dating me to getting engaged to someone else in weeks?
There was no us, Maeve. I never loved you. telling you that dating you is against our family tradition was just an easy way out, and you fell for it. Can you stop being so pathetic and hung up on me? Surely you'll find some boy out there who's into weirdos.
His words hit me like a sharp slap in the face. I stared at him, speechless, and then I just started running away. Moments later, someone called my name, and I saw it was Jaya coming from the restaurant's back alley.
Maeve, wait, he's lying to you.
Lying? I just saw him getting engaged to another girl with my own eyes. He just told me that he never loved me. What kind of twisted game are you playing by making me think he cares about me?
It's complicated. I'll tell you everything when the time is right. But all this, it's bigger than us. You just have to trust me.
No, I'm not gonna do that anymore. In the weeks that followed, I stopped talking to Jaya, avoided her calls and texts, and dodged Tao every chance I got. I was done with that weird family. To distract myself, I started writing a horror novel. It felt good to put all my feelings into something creative that was just for me. And slowly, I was starting to feel better. But then one day, something turned my world upside down. Mom had a fall at home, breaking her leg pretty badly. She needed really expensive surgery. The hospital bills were mounting. Dad was working double shifts, and I felt helpless. Then one day, Jaya appeared at the hospital with an envelope.
I heard about your mom, and I want to help with the surgery. It's the least I can do.
No, I can't accept this. Certainly not from you.
Maeve, I'm sorry about everything. I've left home. I just couldn't live with my parents anymore. I'm staying with my friend until I graduate high school.
Okay, and how does this concern me? I really don't care about your crazy family issues, and I just want a peaceful life. Also, I don't need your money.
Don't be stupid. We don't have to be friends again, but just take the money.
How did you get it?
Why do you care? Take it and pay me back when you're ready.
I really did need the money, so I took it. And Mom got better and was discharged some days later. I felt guilty, thinking I'd been too harsh with Jaya, so I sent her a thank you text and some other funny memes like before. And the next thing I knew, she was at my door.
Yay, my bestie is back.
Well, it's more like I felt obliged to talk to you since you helped me.
Nah, you love me. We both know it.
You're Tao's sister, and he kind of broke my heart brutally in case you forgot.
I didn't forget. Listen, can I take you out for coffee and finally explain everything?
As we sat in a cafe later, Jaya started speaking.
Tao made me swear I wouldn't say anything till it's all taken care of, but I can't keep it in any longer. Maeve, my parents are big mafia criminals. Their restaurant is a front for all their illegal activities. They told us about the family business a few months ago, so Tao and I could join it. We were both horrified, but we decided to play along so we can actually gather evidence against them. We want to turn them over to the police.
Okay, wow. You all just got a whole lot weirder. Still, how does this explain why Tao dumped me and got engaged to that girl?
She's a private investigator. We convinced our parents she's his girlfriend because she's from our culture, and her family is well respected. Getting them engaged just provides really good cover for her to be around all the time. We're close to getting enough evidence, but a few weeks ago my parents got an innocent waiter at the restaurant framed for a crime, and I just couldn't pretend to be okay with all this anymore. I lashed out at them and left home.
Gosh, this is a lot to process. Listen, Jaya, I get that you're trying to explain things, but I'm moving on from Tao, and I really don't want to be part of your family drama. I'll return the money as soon as I can, but I don't think we should see each other. Take care and good luck. Just as I was about to leave, suddenly Jaya's parents and Tao walked into the cafe. When they spotted us, Tao looked shocked, and his parents looked furious.
I was hoping never to see your face in this town again, Jaya.
You think you're so brave running off? You're probably begging for money from this girl, aren't you? Or spreading lies about us to anyone who will listen? You're a shame to the family. Stop it! She's your daughter.
Shut up and mind your own business. Enough, Dad. You can't talk to her like that. You're going to talk to your father like this because of some stupid stranger? You ungrateful child!
His hand flew up, aiming for Tao, but I jumped in front. Don't you dare! My fist met his cheek before I even realized what I was doing. He staggered and fell back, and the room fell silent. Tao's mom started screaming and called the police, and the next thing I knew, I was in jail for assault. I was allowed to make a phone call to my parents, but before they reached the police station, I was told my bail had been paid and I was free to go. And I found Tao standing outside with Jaya a few steps behind.
Maeve, I'm really sorry. Look, I don't have time to explain right now, but...
No, I don't have time to listen to you or your crazy sister. I don't care what explanations you have. I just need you and your bizarre family gone from my life for good. Don't ever come near me again. A month after the chaos, Dad got a job offer in another city and we moved, leaving Tao and Jaya's drama behind. For a year, year, life was peaceful. I graduated high school and I published 2 horror stories. Until one day, out of nowhere, freaking Jaya showed up at my door.
Tao's gone missing.
I couldn't believe it. Just when I thought I was done with all that drama, it pulled me back in.
Once my parents discovered Tao's plans to expose them, he disappeared. I don't know if they're involved in his disappearance or if he ran away on his own.
I only dated Tao for a few weeks in high school. Why won't you leave me alone? And why come to me about your brother now?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm desperate. I had to talk to someone, and I'm homeless. I've been living in my car for months now.
God. Well, just come on in.
Fine, if you insist, but I'm sleeping in your bed.
Not happening.
My back's really hurting. Maybe because of my new prosthetic leg.
What? You got a fake leg?
No, I'm just trying to guilt trip you into letting me sleep in your bed, though a little drama might help.
Trust me, you already bring plenty of drama with you. Jaya stayed over and slept on my couch. While we had coffee the next morning, she did seem really weak and worried. So, what's your plan to find Tao?
I've got no plan. That's why I'm here. You're the writer, right? I was hoping you'd have some ideas.
The only thing I can think of is hiring a private investigator to find him. Since we can't call the cops because you're scared of your parents,
I'm broke.
I'll pay for it. I owe you. Jaya's smile spread across her face, and it warmed my heart. We hired a private investigator, but 2 weeks later, we were watching TV when suddenly we came across the news of Jaya's parents being arrested for a long list of criminal charges. We jumped up from our seats in shock, and then up and down in excitement.
Tao finally did it!
Oh my God, he really did it! I hugged Jaya, and we cried happy tears. A few days later, Tao showed up at my doorstep. He was thinner and looked older than his years.
Tao, where the heck have you been? We were worried you might be, I don't know, dead?
I had to lay low. I can't even tell you the horrible things our parents did to me to stop me from exposing them, but I managed to escape and finally got evidence to the police.
Are we really out of this whole mess now?
Yeah, they're gone, Jaya. It's over. We're finally free.
And then he looked at me with a smile. I'm glad you're okay.
Maeve, let me start by saying I'm really sorry. More than you can ever know. I hated hurting you and I've missed you. Maybe we could start over, go back to how things were?
Oh, wow. Tao, back from the dead and straight to playing boyfriend? How about we aim for friends and see if you can stick around without disappearing?
She's just playing hard to get. She loves our family drama. Admit it, Maeve, it spices up your writer's life.
Oh, please. My life was spicy enough without your mafia soap opera. But I've got to admit, you two do keep things interesting. Anyway, you look like you could use a cup of coffee, Tao.
Sounds really good.
As Jaya laughed and walked into the kitchen, Tao and I smiled at each other and followed her.